U.S. American-made guitar show, brought to you by UsePedals.com and Wilgard Productions. Visit WilgardProductions.com for all your audio production needs. Without further delay, here's your host from Chester, Montana, USA, Gary Housley.
Hi everybody, this is Gary Housley with USAmericanMadeGuitars.com, and I've got some special guests on Skype with me today, and it's a really special occasion because I've got them on in video. This is the first time I've done an interview with split screen video, so I'm really excited to use the new format with my two new special guests with Atomic Guitar Works. I've got Tim McQuaney on the right hand side there, and then on the left I've got Harry Howard. How you guys doing this morning?
Doing good. Doing good.
Thank you for being on the show. I really appreciate it. You know, I heard about you guys through word of mouth, actually. I just did an interview with Jeff Scott Soto. He's with a band called Sons of Apollo, and he also does his own solo albums. And he's got two albums out right now at the same time, Retribution and Psychotic Symphony. So that's something for everybody to check out. Psychotic Symphony is with Sons of Apollo, and Retribution is with his own solo effort. So I heard about him because we were talking guitars, and he's got this really beautiful, I mean, the paint job on this thing is killer, man, and it's one of my favorite kind of setup. It's an HSS setup, which is humbucker, single coil pickup type of pickup setup on his guitar, on his particular guitar. And that's how I found out about you guys. And I found your website, and lo and behold, man, I find out you guys got 50 years of experience between the two of you building guitars. Let's start with Tim over there. Tim, how did you get started?
Well, long path, but the short of it is my guitar I had to drop off the strap. I had to take it to the shop, and it ended up spinning overnight, and that was the longest I'd been without a guitar. So I decided I was going to start building them. I've got experience, I had great shop teachers, stuff like that, so it just turned into this. I guess the best way to describe it. It really just was a passion to start building guitars. I mean, it's really what it was about.
And how about you, Harry? What got you started with building the guitars?
Well, actually, I used to do a lot of collecting, and in high school I'd fix a lot of guitars for my friends. I didn't spend too much time playing. I spent more time fixing all of their gear. So just through trial and error and School of Hard Knocks, learned a lot about repair and then the building.
Well, how did you guys end up meeting up and deciding to start this venture together?
We've known each other for, God, now we're going to date ourselves. It's going to be close to 30 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, close to 30 years. I met him. He was, we actually went to the same high school, but we weren't in the same class.
Right.
But he used to refinish some guitars for me and stuff that, you know, I used to collect.
I was working in a different shop at the time, so that's how we met.
Yeah.
And it just kind of went from there.
Yeah, went from there.
Well, that's really cool. And, you know, you guys have got 50 years experience between the two of you. And you build these custom guitars, and you've got a line of models that you do for your company now. And you do repair work as well. I mean, you guys have got your hands in all the pie with guitars. Sounds to me like you live, eat, and breathe guitars.
Pretty much.
For a good portion of the day, yeah. We do.
And I see behind you guys got a lot of guitars hanging up behind you. Are any of these your masterpieces or what?
Well, these are all built specifically to kind of give customers who come in looking to build a guitar an idea. It's kind of like an idea wall. We come up with some guitars with some themes. We've got some basic models up there. We've got some guitars that we went crazy on. Just to give people an idea of what we can do, which is just about anything. Yeah,
just about. I mean, you guys, if I wanted to order a guitar from Atomic Guitar Works, I give you guys a call, right? I mean, you guys got your phone number up front and center, which is great because this is the situation, and I talk to a lot of guitar players that collect and buy guitars. And this is the situation is whenever you order a guitar, man, it could take a long time from the time that guitar gets ordered to the time it gets delivered. And there's been some disappointment with some companies as far as how long it takes. Some companies have gotten really good reviews because of how quickly that they get a guitar in, but that's all relative, you know, to the, you know, I mean, quality of a guitar might take longer for some people than others, you know. I don't know, but 6 months seems to be a long time to wait for a guitar. But if from the beginning process, say I call you guys up on the phone and I order a guitar to my specs, and you know, about how long does it take to get my custom guitar sent to me?
It can take anywhere for a basic solid painted model that's nothing too custom, can be as low as 60 days to something, you know, Swarovski crystal top, something like that could be 4 months.
Yeah, it depends a lot on the complexity, how much inlay work's involved, things like that. We do all that work by hand. There's nothing done with CNC machines or anything like that, so the guitar's completely hand built.
Yeah, so you guys are doing it, you know, handmade, American-made guitars right here in the United States, and you do very intricate inlay work. I noticed that. Several pictures on your website. I encourage people to go over and check out your website because there's some pictures there of some of the inlay work. Very incredible inlay work. I mean, both of you guys got your hands into that inlay?
For the most part, I mean, I do a lot of the stuff. Harry's done a lot on certain guitars. It just depends on the workload that we have in the shop at the time. If I'm dealing with a customer on a specific build and he's really told me exactly what he wants, I'll take the charge of that inlay. Harry's had the same thing with a couple of guitars on his end. So we kind of split the work to the workload of what we have in the shop and what's going on. It's really straightforward. When you call, you talk to either Harry or myself, and we talk about the build, we talk about what you're looking for, and we go from there, really.
Yeah, that's awesome. You know, and some of the people that you guys have worked with are incredible. I'm just going to talk about, you know, a few. Of course, Jeff Scott Soto, I mentioned him. Jeff Scott Soto started out with Yngwie Malmsteen, singing for Yngwie Malmsteen, and he's, you know, had a pretty good solo career, especially over in Europe. And he's going strong now, you know, with Sons of Apollo and his own solo effort, as I mentioned before. So we know Jeff Scott Soto. We know how he feels about his Atomic Guitar Works guitar. He loves his guitar. We know that for sure. And but there's other people that play your guitars too, such as Brad Gillis.
Yeah.
Holy moly, man, that's incredible.
Yeah, he has several of our guitars. Pretty much all the guys in Night Ranger that play guitar or bass, they all do. Yeah.
Jack Blades.
Yep.
I mean, that's incredible, man. I mean, I've got original Night Ranger tour shirt from back in the day, man. You can still rock in America. Yeah, it's faded, it's tore up, but man, I can't get rid of it, man, because it's my Night Ranger shirt, you know. And let's see. Yeah, that Jack Blades, he was also with Damn Yankees.
Yeah, he was.
Man, that's incredible. You've got and Joe. Tell me if I say this right. Hoekstra.
Yes, Joel Hoekstra.
Yeah, from he's played with Whitesnake and.
Yeah, he's with Whitesnake now. We met him originally when he was in Night Ranger. Right. And that's how we ended up meeting Brad and Jack, was through him.
That's incredible. I mean, just the few people that I've named off right there. I mean, if that's not a testimony for your guitar work, I don't know what is.
Well, thank you. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, the history behind each one of these guys, if you look at the history and add up their years of experience, I mean, you're looking at hundreds of years worth of rock history experience, man. These guys are great. I've been watching a lot of videos with Joel, especially lately, and man, what a tasty guitar player that guy is. I mean, holy moly. And to see him with your guitar, I mean, that's got to make you guys feel really proud, man.
Yeah, it was a good moment.
Yeah. To see him use it for his solo on the Whitesnake Purple tour, that was really cool.
And to see the guitar actually react the way he wanted it to, that was really important. He wanted it to kind of, I don't know, light up
light everything up.
Yeah. I mean, was pretty impressive.
Yeah, he's got a great tone, and he likes to rip, man, and he can play anything. You guys build electric guitars. Of course, that's what I've been talking about. And they're American-made. You guys do that here in America, which is amazing in and of itself. But you also build acoustic guitars. Could you tell me some about your, your electrics and your acoustics? You know, I mean, do you have certain electric models that you're building now? That, are you sticking with certain models? Are you doing the same with your acoustics? Do you have certain models and you're sticking with those? I mean, what are your new models, and what could I expect if I wanted to buy, an electric guitar and I wanted to buy an acoustic? What are my selections right now?
The acoustics are all done to order. They're not, we don't really build them and put them on the wall. We actually build them as custom order. The way it stands right now, we've been doing mostly dreadnought styles out of on the acoustic side. On the electrics, body shapes, honestly, I'd have to say
7 different ones.
About 7 to 8 different models. We have just about every shape you can think of, with a little bit of twist on everything. We've kind of taken through the years, we've kind of listened to players, and we've kind of modified those designs to kind of suit what most players are demanding. But when it comes to the body shapes and the models and whatnot, it's really wide open. I mean, it's really wide open. We do a lot of Strat styles. We do a lot of Telly styles. We've been doing a lot of single cutaways, set necks. I mean, it's your Les Paul styles. It has just been kind of a diverse group, I guess, is the best way to put it.
Yeah, very eclectic. I notice on the wall behind you, I mean, you've got styles of all kinds of things. You got Telecaster style body there, Gibson style. You got Super Strat. I mean, you got it all.
And a lot of the things we do is we take in previous style guitars, for instance, say like a Telecaster, and we found all the things we didn't like about it. And we've kind of gone and made changes to kind of make it a little more user-friendly, or a little more durable. A Telly jack cut is the worst thing in the world. That's something you'll never see on a guitar. Same thing with the way we mount our pickups to the body. On our Telly style guitar, you can have a guitar with a full Telly ashtray bridge, but typically they're real microphonic, and if you hit them, they make noise through the pickup. By mounting the pickup to the body, none of that happens. So you actually just get better sustain, a little bit cleaner sound. We've just taken all the things we didn't like about other guitars and kind of tried to bring them up.
And just comes through years of experience, listening to our customers, listening to players. We've gone through probably 2 or 3 in the last 10-year generations of the guitars. Get things to kind of where we're happy with them right now. I mean, we've really put a lot of time and effort into them. So it's a real straightforward process. We use pretty much exclusively hipshot keys now. We use hipshot Strat style bridges. They're flats. If they're 2 pneumatics, we actually like those. We've been using a lot of Duncan. A lot of Duncan. Unless requested
for 10 years, that's pretty much all we've been using.
All we've been using is Duncan Pickups, because we've had really great response with those.
Oh yeah, I love Duncan Pickups. That's for sure, man. Can't go wrong with Duncan Pickups.
No. So it's just, I have to hand it to Harry about the Swarovski Jewels thing on that. That was a step outside the box that I wasn't thinking about. I was more of an inlay guy than that, and he went over the top on Joel's guitar. I mean,
it was one of those things that we just realized. I had seen a couple guitars done with that, and didn't quite realize how much work it was going to be to do it, and how long it was going to take.
That was a trip. We built the guitar specifically, then we had to raise the binding up instead of flushing the binding with the edge of the guitar. We raised it up to match the tops of the actual jewels so you wouldn't knock them off. while he was playing it. So there's a lot of little technical aspects to that make that build work really well.
Yeah, and then you have to, that changes everything with pickup rings and bridges and bushings and
neck angle,
and pots
and that stuff.
Yeah,
it was.
And how in the world did you get the White Snake logo on there?
What we did was blew it up on a computer, and it blew up so big that it kind of got pixelated, and the pixels were about the size of the jewels, so I could see the different colors, the different shades, and said, okay, I need 5 different shades of gold to do this, and then just kind of we transferred it and started doing them one by one.
Yeah, we actually painted the guitar first. Painted everything that was going to be like we were doing a graphic, and that gave him a map.
Yeah.
So it actually, when we laid the jewels out, there's no gaps or anything in that White Snake logo because of how we had to paint it and get it set up for him. So that was probably one of the more intricate builds we've done.
It's an amazing effect. I mean, that guitar sticks out. It really shines, man. Like, it looks like it's jeweled up. It's really beautiful.
It's I believe 6,800 jewels is what was on it.
6,800 jewels. I believe it. I wondered how that was done.
One by one with a pair of tweezers.
One by one, he put them on there. Yeah, it was
about 24 hours worth of work just to do the top.
And a bottle of aspirin.
Bottle of something else. Yeah.
So you guys took a Gibson Les Paul, a USA Gibson Les Paul, right?
No,
we built it from scratch. It's one of our
Oh, no, wait. You did this Les Paul style completely from scratch?
Yes.
Completely from scratch.
Yeah.
It's one of
Neck and everything?
Yes. The actual inlays on the guitar are the same symbols that you see on the White Snake medallion that go around the medallion.
Yeah.
It's got fire, sun, moon, different astrological symbols. It's actually got Joel's sign, his wife's sign, and his son's astrological sign in the inlays.
Oh my gosh, I was wondering what those were, inlays on the neck.
Yeah.
That's what those stand for.
Yep.
Oh, I was wondering about that because I did notice that. I was like, wow, I wonder what that means. I knew it meant something. It had to mean something.
Yeah, that's all from the White Snake logo.
That's incredible.
That's really a ground-up build. Because you can't just take an off-the-rack guitar and do that and do it right. We had to build that one straight up ground up.
Oh yeah, definitely. So you guys, and these guitars behind you, same thing. You built these things from ground up, man.
Yes, everything's done here.
Lots of wood.
Lots of wood. Yeah, speaking of wood, what are you guys using for tone woods with your electrics?
Oh, let's see. Basswood, mahogany, alder, black limba, or Perino, whatever you want to call that. We have some rosewoods, maples. Basically your standard woods like everyone's using. We've got it all. I mean, that type of stuff too. Sapali. We order in our swamp ash, and for the most part, ebonies, we have access to ebony, but we switched to rich light. Most recently, we've had really good luck with that sonically, and actually workability is just fine.
Nice.
So it's just about everything we can use. Top woods, figured woods, maples, koa, spalted maples, walnut. We've actually used figured walnuts.
Oh, I was wondering if you could use walnut.
You can. It's typically a little bit heavy, and it's a little bit on the bright side. Not as bright as a maple body would be, but it's close. But the weight's going to get you.
Yeah.
It's gonna be heavy wood.
Well, some people look for the, want a heavy guitar. Some people want a light guitar, and you guys could build me whatever guitar I want. If I want a heavy one or a light one or whatever, you guys can do it.
That is all part of the conversation. We actually kind of talk to you or talk to a customer about what they want it to sound like. what they're looking for in weight, what they're looking for in neck feel, size frets that they're comfortable with using. Fretboards is obvious conversation. We've used, what would we call that? Tempered maple. We've used that for necks. We're real happy with roasted maple,
carbonized maple,
whatever it's being called now. Carbonized, tempered, roasted. The baked maple, we've been using that and real happy with that. There's a lot of things you can talk about, and in general, we just walk through a list of things for our customer. The reality is that we really want it to be the guitar that you go to. When you pick up a guitar, that's the guitar you pick up. You got all your other guitars, but you go to the one that we built you because that's your number one. That's kind of what we look to do.
Yeah, you guys are building some gems, and you're doing it right here in the good old USA. I just have to ask you guys, how's that working out for you? Are you competitive? Are you guys growing? Or, I mean, just give me a put your hand on the pulse of that situation and let me know what's the health like.
Well, the music industry, or I should say, the guitar industry in general, it's really suffering because of the amount of imported instruments. The industry is kind of what we call in the race to zero. How many guitars can I build and for how little money? And then what can I sell them to Johnny's mom and dad for? That aspect of it kind of hurts. When you start getting into the people who do take pride in buying American-made stuff, that's when you really start to get into things where you have to see a value for what you're paying. There's a lot of builders out there that mass-produce guitars now that I don't know how they justify the prices. I really don't. Our stuff starts right at $1,000 and it goes up from there depending on how fancy you want it.
Yeah, I mean, it's
top out. I think the most expensive one we've done has been $3,500.
Yeah, $3,500 has been the top. And that had everything but a kitchen sink.
Yeah.
Almost had a wet bar in it. We were talking about it had a MIDI control unit. It had
acoustic
piezo. It was a Floyd. It was an arch figure top, maple top. Inlays. It was basically an over the top guitar. It really comes down to with CNC equipment, you can build a lot of instruments and not have to have someone standing over it doing it. The controls are there, a lot of things are there. To be honest with you, when it came down to it, we've looked at it, but I don't know if we can see the value in actually setting up a CNC here, because it's just Harry and myself building these guitars, and we're sticklers when it comes to our quality. We know what we are looking for. We do everything the old school way, patterns, by hand, and we kind of feel that kind of keeps a soul in the instrument. I see a lot of stuff that comes out that's been mass produced, and every one of them sounds the same.
Yeah.
I mean, every one of them sounds just lifeless, kind of sterile. When we build something, we really want it to have its own life, its own sound. And that's really what we aim for. I mean, the pulse of the industry, I don't know. I think everyone stands in front of a microwave and screams hurry up for that baked potato. And, it's not like that. When you really want something really well done and for yourself, it takes a little bit of time. But as a company, though, we've been doing really well.
Yeah.
We've been growing, and we've been doing more orders and more repairs, and it's been going really well on our end. So we can't really complain on that end of it. But we do see a lot of disturbing stuff going on in the industry. Just a lot of things that we look at and go, why are they doing that?
Yeah, I do know, actually, and that's what I've been hearing and what I've been seeing, and the way that you described it is exactly the way that other people have been describing it as well. So you do have your finger on the pulse of what's happening, and that's why I commend you for what you do. That's why I started this whole show in the first place, was guys like you. You guys are the epitome of what it is that I am trying to show people. I want people to understand there's guys like you out there in America that you can turn to, that you're going to get a certain type of quality in a guitar that you would never get any other way. I mean, you're talking about working with people one-on-one to your specifications, building out a guitar that is going to be the sweetest guitar for you, as an individual that you want. These guys are going to give you the attention that you need to make that happen. That's what's unique about an American-made guitar company like Atomic Guitar Works. Not every guitar company in America is providing this kind of personal, up-close attention to detail with their builds by including the person that they're building for in the conversation. That's commendable.
We love hearing from our customers. You know, a lot of times they'll call us with a simple question about a certain aspect of the build, and that's really nice to, you know, sit and explain things and get feedback, and, you know.
And a lot of things too is it helps end the disappointment at the end if they're involved with the build. They get to kind of see and get a feel of what's going into the guitar to make it come alive. I mean, it's really
pictures along the way.
Pictures along the way. I mean, that's one thing that we do. Kind of get them involved. I'll double check if I don't hear from them. I'll double check with them and say, okay, double checking fret size, this and that. You know, just little aspects of it that most players don't even know what goes into a build of a guitar. We've actually asked questions and I get that blank stare like, I have a choice in that? And I have a choice where the volume knob goes? Seriously? I mean, we've had stuff like that happen. So it's always gratifying talking to them. It's nice when they open up the case and they get that big smile on their face going, yeah, this is what I want. So, yeah, we've always wanted to hear from people. So,
hey, if you guys could do me a favor, just grab any guitar around you right now that's got a great finish on it, and if you could just hold that up a little close for us to get a look at. Any one of those guitars that's got a great finish, kind of give us a little close up because they're kind of far away.
We'll let Harry do this one for you.
Yeah, here we go. Look at the inlay work on that.
There.
Wow.
Here. Pull this one out.
Look at the shape of that guitar. That is crazy.
And let's see, here's another one.
Oh, wow. Look at the inlay on the neck of this guitar. That's incredible. Look at the work that went into that. Oh my God, look at the finish on that guitar. Look at the sound hole. That is great, dude. It looks ripped open.
Kind of goes with the Tiger theme.
That is awesome. Oh my God, look at that neck.
Yeah, so this is the type of quality that we try to portray and give to people so they understand what we do.
That helped a lot, man. Thanks for showing me a couple of finishes of these guitars. That is simply incredible. You just picked a couple of guitar. That's just two of. You got a whole wall of these things.
We've also got one here. We'll show you one of our hat in the ring type of jobs where we decided to go into the headless market / travel guitar.
Yeah.
Every now and then we get guys that are airline pilots that want a smaller guitar.
For sure.
So, here's another one.
Oh, wow. Look at the shape. Headless.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Wow. Look at that neck. Oh, wow. Custom inlay.
Yeah. The back is black Carina.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, it's a very, very small guitar.
Light.
Yeah,
wow, that is amazing. Man, you guys build some monster axes, don't you? Golly. Man, your website doesn't do you justice.
We actually have our Facebook page. We've got a lot of pictures of the stuff we do on Facebook. And it's just Atomic Guitar Works on Facebook. Just look for them there. We take pictures of just about everything there.
Yeah, that's everything ends up on there. It's a little harder to do on the website.
The website's a little harder to deal with. With Facebook, we can get it out there. So that kind of shows everybody all the different stuff we can do.
Well, you know, speaking of different stuff that you do you have an example of a bass laying around?
Actually, we do have a bass laying around.
Here's a surprise for the bass players.
Yep.
You guys do basses. There you go. Look at that headstock.
We do quite a few basses. This is our take on a 5-string jazz bass. It's a swamp ash body with a trans white finish. It's got Seymour Duncan quarter-pounder jazz pickups and then their 3-band preamp.
Can we see that headstock again?
Sure.
There you go. That's a headstock that'll hook you, literally.
It will.
Yeah.
It will.
Be hooked on atomic guitars. Now you guys do electric guitars, acoustic guitars, basses, but this is what really surprised me was in your list you guys say you do violins.
Yes.
We've done half a dozen electric violins for people.
You've done at least a half a dozen atomic guitar work violins.
Yes.
Yes.
That is amazing. I imagine you might not have an example laying around right now, but there's only a handful of these in existence.
Yeah, there's only a handful.
What kind of wood do you make them out of?
Typically maple and ebony.
Maple and ebony.
It's been the two that we've used the most. It's a very straightforward design, but that, what's the bridge?
Barbera transducer.
The Barbera transducer bridge, which is kind of the V8 of violin bridges. I mean, seriously.
Yeah, there's like 2 piezos per string. It's a really, really loud bridge. It's a great bridge.
So if you're a good violin player, you get on one of these atomic guitar work violins, you can really soar on those things, I imagine.
You plug them in, you can keep up with any electric guitar player.
4, 5, and 6 string.
Yep.
That's amazing. You know, you guys have been really great guests. We've learned a lot about what you're doing, but do you guys got any stories that you could share with us that the typical person wouldn't know? You know, anything that's happened to you guys in your guitar works, highlights, anything that sticks out?
I'm drawing a blank.
I'm sure Hoekstra is probably one of them. That's the big one we talked about.
Yeah. Him. When we got to meet Brad, that was probably a really good NAMM story that we didn't see coming. We met Joel actually through Angus Clark from Trans-Siberian Orchestra, who was the OG atomic guy. He's the first guy we started working with. And we've kind of met everybody in some 6 degrees of separation way through him. But that's how we met Joel, was when Joel started playing with TSO, and I knew he was also the other guy in Night Ranger. So we went to the NAMM show, and we went and watched Night Ranger absolutely destroy this plywood stage in the Taylor room. And they did their full set, and then afterwards started getting messages on Facebook from Joel about, hey, let's meet up. I'd like to meet you. So I told him to come over to the Hilton, and we're over there, and Tim takes off with another friend of ours, and I'm standing there, and I see Joel walk in, all 6 foot whatever of him with big blonde hair, and I wave him over, and he walks over and introduces himself, and he steps out of the way, and he goes, and I'd like to introduce you to my partner in crime, Brad Gillis. And
wow.
I was just, my jaw hit the ground, and I was just like, oh, I had no idea what to say to the guy.
I know.
He's actually the reason why I started playing back when I was a little kid. My brother showed me the Speak of the Devil DVD, and that was why I went out and bought an electric guitar. So it was kind of weird to kind of be in a situation where if it wasn't for this guy, I wouldn't even be standing here right now. So it was kind of weird to actually have it come full circle like that. But we've had some fun at some NAMM shows with people. We've met lots of interesting people. But we just really enjoy doing what we do for the people we do it for.
And everyone that I was one of my fun moments was meeting Jeff, Trans-Siberian Orchestra backstage.
Yeah, that was fun.
You know, Angus took me over to him, and sit there. You know, Jeff, just being Jeff, great guy.
He's a good guitar player.
He is a great guitar player. He I think he gets it through osmosis. He hangs around a lot of great guitar players. You know, and he's really a great guy and everything. And we got talking, and it was one of those things where I just asked him if he played guitar. Just had a thing. He goes, "Oh yeah, I play guitar." I said, "Well, we need to talk about getting you a guitar." And you thought I offered him half the world.
Oh yeah.
The president of the United States position. I mean, he was just taken back completely. And then we just started from there, just talking about it. And he just went right to town and said, "Oh, but I gotta wait. I gotta think about it." So it was kind of fun. I mean, meeting him, but he was a straightforward. He's been a great guy every time we've got a chance to hook up and stuff. So.
We haven't started talking to him about that Explorer yet.
That's coming.
Yeah, that's coming. So.
He's been so busy with his new album coming out.
New album.
He's got Sons of Paul out in 3 days. His solo album.
His solo album comes out.
So I mean, he's
doing rehearsals right now for their winter tour.
Yeah. So I mean, he's busier now than he's ever been. So we're hoping to hook up with him sooner than later.
Yeah.
Shortly.
Yeah, you know, I actually referred to him as a vocalist guitarist, and in my promo ads that I put out there, and he said, Jeff Scott Soto says to me in the interview that he didn't even really consider himself a guitar player, and that is so laughable and humbled because I've seen him rip on the guitar like crazy. That guy.
Yeah, he can. Yeah, there's no doubt about it.
So he's definitely awesome. I appreciate you guys sharing that story with me and the audience today, and for being on U.S. American Made Guitar Show. You guys are absolutely amazing. I've been wanting you on the show for a while because I heard about you through Jeff, and I checked out your guitars, and I've seen some of your artists that you have playing your guitars. Man, you guys are doing great. I see a lot of great things in the future. Sounds to me like you're doing the NAMM thing, so you're getting known in the industry, and you've just so you guys know you've got 100% support from me here at U.S. American Made Guitars, and thank you guys very much for manufacturing and building right here in the good old USA.
Thank you for having us on.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, let me just explain one more time. Tim Mulqueeny on the right there, and Harry Howard from Atomic Guitar Works on the U.S. American Made Guitar Show today here on November 7th, 2017. Thank you guys for attending the show, and until next time, keep it rocking.
Video production for the U.S. American Made Guitar Show by Gary Housley. USAmericanMadeGuitars.com. Audio production by Wilgard Productions. Visit WilgardProductions.com for all your audio production needs.